What's going on, guys? Titus here with another Master Duel video with Invoked Shaddoll Dogmatika, and I wanted to highlight this video in particular because even though it's in my rank grind video, this match was crazy. A lot of back and forth. It shows how one card can like turn around a duel completely, so I wanted to highlight this for a shorter video for those who don't watch the big rank grinds. So, we are playing Invoked Shaddoll Dogmatika. Here is the deck list. It's the same list as every other time I've gone through this, so check out the video specifically for the deck list if you'd like a more breakdown of the deck. So, 1 DD Crow. This card comes up. I almost want to move it to 2 and play 41. This card's insane. 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Imperm for our hand traps. Nothing more really to say about it. Maxi, Ash Blossom, necessary. Veiler's really good, stopping DPE and the like. Same with Imperm. It's really helpful to stop Anaconda and such, so really good cards. Another going second card option we have is Super Poly. We are playing 2 Super Poly targets, and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon and Dragostapelia. So, I like Super Poly in this deck specifically because Nadir is at 1, so we need some more board breakers and some more consistency. So I really like having Super Poly over Droplet. But that might change as the meta evolves with this game in particular. This game, you see a lot of back row decks, so I don't have any back row hate. So maybe as we get through Diamond, we might actually change this up slightly to specifically tailor back row hate decks. So we will see. As for the Invocation Engine, we have 3 Alistair, 2 Invocation. 2 is really all you need. You don't need 3. You could get away with 1, maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't do it personally, but some people say you can, so I think 2 is optimal. 2 Meltdown, because we can only play 2, and technically 3 Meltdown, because we have Terraforming. We are also playing the Dogmatika package. We have 3 Ecclesia, because Nadir is at 1 in this game. We have 1 Fleur de Lis, 1 Maximus, 1 Nadir Servant, 1 Dogmatika Punishment, and our Shaddoll Schism to go with the Dogmatika package to summon Winda on the opponent's turn. So, we also are playing the DPE cards, the 2 bricks, Celestial and Dasher, and also our Fusion Destiny. We are playing Pot of Prosperities. We're playing 3 of them. It just digs farther. It's really good. And then 2 Called by the Grave. For our extra deck, 1 Intist for sending off Punishment, also banishing off for Prosperity. 1 Winda, App Cologne, and Construct for our Schism combo. For our Invocation targets, we have Purgatrio, Agoides, and 2 Mechaba. Titaniclad for the Dogmatika stuff as well. 2 Super Poly targets in Dragostapelia and Starving Venom. 1 DPE. 1 Verte to summon DPE. Also can send Super Poly, by the way. Very, very useful. And then, of course, Solomon Green Almirage and Secure Gardna to go into our plays to make Mechaba. Okay, let's go see this game. All right, we are in the duel, and we did not open super well. We basically have to Fusion Destiny and pray that they don't have Ash Blossom. They do not. We send the 2 bricks to the grave, and we go ahead and summon Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. We set our Imperm, so this may seem weak, but we technically have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of interruption on the opponent's turn, which is still really, really good. Stand my man on their turn. They're going to go ahead and draw Dark Ruler more. We're not going to chain our DPE. We are going to chain Maxi, because at this point, I thought we were playing against an OTK deck. And when I say OTK deck, they weren't going to kill me on that turn because of Dark Ruler. Basically, they were going to kaiju my board, set up level 8 stuff, summon a bunch of big boys that are going to be hard for me to get around, and then I just have to pass my turn. So we maxi there. In retrospect, not the best maxi choice, but it go ahead and baits this Ash Blossom anyway, so we're doing pretty well. That is a shiny Ash Blossom too, by the way. Really pretty. And then they normal summon Ray. Whew, they go into Hayate. Go into battle phase, they attack directly. Now, we don't take any damage, and they're going to activate Hayate's effect to dump Engage. I don't negate this with Imperm, and there's a good reason why. Because we're going to Imperm the Kagari when the Kagari comes to field. And the reason we're doing that is it keeps Engage in Grave, so that Shizuku cannot search the Engage, because Kagari didn't add it back. It's still in the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and Imperm this Kagari here. keeping Ash Blossom in hand. So we've gone through one of our interactions. Two of our interactions was Max C. They go into Shizuku. They can't get the... they can't get the Engage because it is in the grave, and Shizuku says search a Sky Striker card that is not in your graveyard already. But they go ahead and activate Fusion Destiny. That's fine. We have the Ash Blossom for the Fusion Destiny, so we're doing kind of okay here. But this DPE is not long for this world. Sky Striker can out DPE super easily. Shizuku in the end phase searches Shark Cannon. DPE goes to grave because of Fusion Destiny's effect. We're going to activate DPE, they're going to activate Shark Cannon to go ahead and banish it. But it did trigger, so we are going to get to summon on the next turn. Draw, and we draw another Super Poly. This isn't helpful. We go ahead and, when DPE effect activates, we summon the Celestial here. And this is a bit wonky. I summon Celestial to beat into Kagari so that we can set our cards and draw 2 cards on the next turn. So we set our two Super Polys, and then we beat into it. Sky Striker is not going to kill us in 1 turn with 2 cards in hand. It's just not going to happen. And so we kind of take the risk here. They go ahead and summon Rose. They go in for 3,000 damage. It hurts a lot, but we're doing okay. Go ahead and go into Verte Anaconda, activate Verte Anaconda, paying 2,000, sending Fusion Destiny, that's both of them, and the 2 bricks. Go ahead and summoning DPE, Royal Rare DPE. Activate DPE's effect, targeting itself and my Super Poly. They're going to go ahead and activate Afterburners to destroy the Verte Anaconda. So, here in retrospect, we could have set 1 Super Poly and held a Super Poly in our hand, which is what I should have done. I was getting a little greedy trying to go for the Celestial play. We should have absolutely held it, because on summon, we could have Super Poly'd the board, and we would be in the advantage state. So, a little awkward, but we're doing okay. We're going to go into draw phase. We get Terraforming. Their DPE is coming back to the field. Main phase, we're going to go ahead and activate our Terraforming. Get our Meltdown. Activate our Meltdown. Get our Alistair the Invoker. Summon Invoker, activate effect, grab Invocation, go ahead and link into Almirage. So here's an interesting thing. We're actually going to stay on this Almirage because they have a Rose in grave. We can make Mechaba because Rose is a light target. So we want to keep Almirage on the field, so when DPE tries to pop out our Mechaba, we chain Almirage, and so Mechaba won't be able to be destroyed by card effects. We're going to go ahead and activate Invocation here. Banishing Rose and our Alistair. Mechaba is going to summon to the field. We're going to activate Celestial to draw 2 here. Banishing Dasher and Celestial. DPE is going to trigger. We're going to go ahead and trigger Almirage so Mechaba will stay on the field. They pop our Meltdown. We're okay with this. Celestial's going to draw 2. We draw the Owl. We draw the DD Crow, and that's why this card is so freaking good. We have taken control of the duel with this right here. They're going to chain. We're going to activate DD Crow here to get rid of this DPE. Banish. They're still going to be able to summon Dasher or Celestial, though, so that's a little iffy for us. We're going to activate Invocation. Go ahead and grab Alistair back into the hand here. And go into battle phase and smack in for 25. Let's see what they can top deck. If they top deck a Ray, we're in some serious trouble. But they have to get rid of this Dasher as well. They go ahead and Upstart Goblin, giving us 1,000 life points. They activate Forbidden Droplets. They send Dasher, and then they activate Afterburners. This sucks, but it doesn't matter really. But the Celestial Dasher to draw 2 is a big problem for us. But this is the end of the game as long as they don't have an Ash Blossom. So we go ahead and summon our Alistair the Invoker, and they have the Ash Blossom. It feels so bad. But that's okay. We're going to get in for 1,000 damage here. We basically just make sure they don't draw Ray. Go into battle phase, smack in for 1,000. And we have to end there. We do have Effect Veiler for a Kagari in case they go and get a Ray anyway, so we're not totally out of it. They get an Upstart, give us 1,000. Go ahead and set one card, activate Jamming Waves, destroying the Dark Ruler no more, and the Alistair. But they don't know that we have another one in hand, and we draw Nadir's Servant off the top. That is a wrap. This game is over. A game that was looking a little scary all changes with a top deck of DD Crow. That card is so good for outing DPE. And I've seen a lot of Striker DPE in terms of like the Platinum Diamond ranks. And so I really like it, and I would almost advise people to run 2 of it because it's super useful. It's not useful against every deck, but it's good against Eldritch to get Eldritch out of grave. It's good against DPE. It's good against some of these decks that try to summon cards from the graveyard. So you might look into go ahead and that card. It's really, really helpful. But that's going to be the end of this video. Please consider liking it. It's free. It helps the channel out a lot. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe as well if you want to see more of these types of videos. And we will see you in the next one, guys. Happy doing.